Hey guys, this is Tom Leo signing in. Welcome to another analysis video here on the Tom Leo YouTube channel. So you guys really liked the first statistically best Pokemon video that I did a while back, where I analyzed every single Pokemon that Ash acquired throughout his Kanto journeys, taking a look at their wins, their losses, and their draws, their win percentages, and putting it all together to create a unique system called the Battle Score, which I think is the best way to determine which of Ash's Pokemon is the best of his Pokemon. Now that was pretty fun, and naturally I wanted to do it again and go through the other Pokemon that Ash had acquired over the generations. So we're going to be taking a look at the Johto Pokémon. Let's check out their stats and see how well they stack up compared to Ash's Kanto Pokemon. Apologies in advance to all the people out there who really like the Johto series and all of Ash's Johto Pokemon, or just, you know, all the Gen 2 lovers out there, as these results might wind up pissing you all off. Also, again, I would like to give a big shout out to Reddit User Zezin96, who went through the entire anime to determine every single Pokemon's stats and put it in a detailed format, and essentially making it easier for me to go through all the data to find the stats for all of Ash's Pokemon so that I don't have to go through the anime. So thank you again. All of his work will be in the description below, so I would highly recommend you check it out so you can see the information that I'm working with to determine the stats. I would also like to mention that this video is probably going to be shorter than the first one because we're only going to be analyzing 6 Pokemon this time around. Actually, this video and the next 2 videos are probably going to be shorter than the first one because all of them only had like 6 different Pokemon for us to analyze. It does make it a little easier, but it's going to reduce the runtime compared to the first one, which is unfortunate, but unfortunately there's nothing we can do about that. With that said, we're going to take a look at the first Johto Pokemon that Ash caught, which was his Heracross. Heracross battled a total of 7 different Pokemon. Out of those 7 Pokemon, he had 3 wins, 4 losses, 3 assists, and 0 draws, giving it a win percentage of 42.86. Whew, not off to a good start there, guys. So Heracross's wins are interesting ones. It won against Shingo's Scizor in episode 140, impressively Gary's Magmar in episode 269, and even Nando's Kricketune in 183 of the Diamond and Pearl series. Unfortunately, its losses were against Rochelle's Donphan in 120, Gary's Blastoise in 170, Spencer's Venusaur in 164 of the Advanced series. That's a little embarrassing. And Tobias's Darkrai in 189 in the Diamond and Pearl series. Next up, we have Ash's Bayleaf.
Now finish it with Body Slam!
Bayleaf had a total of 11 battles. Out of those 11 battles, it had 6 wins, 4 losses, 1 assist, and 1 draw, giving it a win percentage of 54.55. Interestingly enough, Bayleaf is the only Pokemon throughout all the Johto Pokemon that has the lowest number of assists, with only 1 assist. Every other single Pokemon in the Johto team has a lot more assists in these fights, which I thought was very interesting, mainly because all of Ash's Kanto Pokemon didn't have that many assists. Bulbasaur's was the highest, with 3 assists. The number of assists on these Pokemon is kind of interesting when you compare it to the Kanto Pokemon on Ash's team. Anyway, as a Chikorita, its notable victories include Bugsy's Spinarak in episode 144 and Misty Staryu in episode 151. And as a Bayleaf, it won against Chuck's Poliwrath and Machoke in episode 209. And it even won against Harrison's Houndoom in episode 271. Very, very impressive for a grass-type Pokemon. Went up against two different Pokemon that it was super weak to, and yet it came out on top. Well, yeah, of course, Heracross also won against a Pokemon that it was weak to, but yeah, I just thought that was interesting. I just thought that was cool that Bayleaf had an extra victory against its weaknesses. Unfortunately, it still had its fair share of losses. As a Chikorita, it lost against Faulkner's Hoot Hoot in episode 131, and Bugsy's Metapod in 144. But anyway, as a Bayleaf, it lost against Gary's Blastoise in episode 270, and Harrison's Blaziken in 271. Unfortunate. Still, it's not the worst win percentage that a Pokemon could possibly have, and it does have more wins than losses. I don't know, I found that pretty impressive. Next up is Ash's Quilava. Most of the stats that we're going to be talking about Ash's Quilava mostly come from when it was a Cyndaquil. The only reason it's a Quilava here today, for those of you that don't know, is that it evolved during the Diamond and Pearl series into a Quilava. Unfortunately, it only battled once as a Quilava, so yeah, again, most of these stats are going to be when it was a Cyndaquil. So it battled 17 times. Out of those 17 battles, it had 9 wins, 7 losses, 2 assists, and 1 draw, giving it a win percentage of 52.94. So it battled more times than Bayleaf did, but it still had a lower win percentage. This is probably due to the fact that it had more losses than Bayleaf. It had 7 more losses compared to Bayleaf with its 4 losses. But as we all know, win percentage isn't everything, and of course we have a much better way of determining which Pokemon is statistically the best Pokemon, but we're going to get to that later in the video. So Cyndaquil's wins include Kojo's Sandslash in episode 141, Bugsy's Scyther in 144, Mickey's Skarmory in 152, Whitney's Nidoran and Clefairy in episode 158, Morty's Ghastly in 182, Jasmine's Steelix in 224, Price's Dewgong in 238, and an unnamed trainer's Executor in 266. Man, this little guy put in quite the work. As for its losses, it lost against Mickey's Skarmory in episode 152, Whitney's Miltank in 158. Whew, that's gotta hurt its pride. Morty's Haunter in 182, Price's Piloswine in 238, James's Venusaur in 248, and Jackson's Magneton in 268. As for its only battle as a Quilava, it tied against Nando's Armaldo in episode 183 of the Diamond and Pearl series. Which kind of sucks because I think a lot of us were really hyped to see Cyndaquil evolved into Quilava after it hadn't done a lot of battling for so long. And we thought it was going to be quite the powerhouse on Ash's team. But it only battled once and it ended in a tie, so that was kind of disappointing. Still, he came out with a 52% win ratio, so it's not horrible. Next up is Totodile. Ash's Totodile battled 10 different Pokemon. Out of those 10 Pokemon, he had 5 wins, 5 losses, 3 assists, and 0 draws, giving it a win percentage of an even 50%. So, statistically speaking, in terms of the win percentage, Totodile is the worst of the Johto starter Pokemon. Again, this is just win percentages. We will be talking about the battle score later on, and hopefully it might be able to make a comeback victory, but we'll see about that. Also, interestingly, Totodile ties for the highest number of assists in Ash's Johto Pokemon, tying with Heracross for 3 assists. I think the only difference between Heracross and Totodile, and why Totodile has a much more even split, was because it did a lot more battling. Yeah, it had its fair share of losses, but it also pulled the majority of its weight, so to speak. So Totodile did worse, and just looking at these stats, yeah, I can understand why Totodile has 50% and Heracross has 42%. Anyway, Totodile's wins include an unnamed trainer's seal and Shelder in episode 215, Christopher's Kingdra in episode 216, Jesse's Charizard in episode 248, and Harrison's Sneasel in episode 271. Its losses include Whitney's Miltank in 158. God damn, that Miltank is just super annoying to take down, even in the anime, huh? Misty's Poliwhirl in 217, Macy's Electabuzz in 267, and Harrison's Hypno in 271. So again, if we were to go by win percentages for the 3 starter Pokemon in the Johto series, it would be Totodile in 3rd place, Quilava in 2nd place, and Bayleaf at number 1. Which I bet that's gonna piss off a lot of people, since a lot of people don't really like Bayleaf. They just don't like Bayleaf's personality and just being all lovey-dovey with Ash. Personally, I never really had a problem with it. I kind of thought it was cute. Don't blame me. These are stats. This is just the information that I'm looking at. Yeah, again, it's not the definitive way of determining which is Ash's best Pokemon. But we still got 2 more Pokemon to go through, so let's see how they fare. Starting with Noctowl.
Extrasensory!
The flying type in Ash's Johto Pokemon, and to my knowledge, is the only shiny Pokemon he's ever owned. Noctowl had battled 6 times. Out of those 6 battles, it had 3 wins, 3 losses, 2 assists, and 0 draws, giving it a 50% win ratio. Now, even though it has the same ratio as Totodile, I can clearly see from these stats that Totodile is superior to Noctowl because it battled more, plus it had 1 extra assist over Noctowl. So before I even did the calculation for the battle score, I sort of predicted that Totodile was going to be statistically better than Noctowl, but the only question was by how much, and again, we'll get to that later. Noctowl's wins include Morty's Haunter and Gengar in episode 282, and Conway's Licky Licky in episode 185 in the Diamond and Pearl series. And as for its losses, it lost against Claire's Kingdra in episode 252, Harrison's Steelix in 271, and Conway's Dusk Noir in 185 of the Diamond and Pearl series. Even split, but again, had less battles and 1 less assist over Totodile, so I think it should come as no surprise that later on Totodile will be considered the more statistically better Pokemon to Noctowl. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Now we got 1 final Pokemon to analyze, and that is Ash's Donphan.
Donphan, roll out!
So I think it should come as no surprise that Ash's Donphan didn't really do that much battling. In fact, it only dueled 7 different Pokemon. Out of those 7 battles, it had 3 wins, 4 losses, 2 assists, and 0 draws, giving it a 42.86% win ratio. Literally the exact same win percentage as Heracross, almost having the exact same stats as Heracross. The only difference between the two is Heracross has 1 more assist over Donphan, which later on that's going to hurt Donphan's score. So as a Phanpy, it won against an unnamed trainer's Machoke in episode 266 and Macy's Slugma in episode 267. As a Donphan, its only win was against Lucy's Seviper in episode 158 of the Advanced series. As for its losses, it It lost as a Phanpy twice. It lost against Price's Dewgong in episode 237 and Marcy's Quilava in episode 267. As a Donphan, it lost twice, losing to Lucy's Milotic in 158 of the Advanced Series. And also, it lost against Conway's Dusknoir in 185 of the Diamond and Pearl series. I'm pretty sure that's probably going to piss off a lot of people who really like Donphan for its bulkiness and strong attack. But unfortunately, Ash didn't really use this Pokemon a whole lot. And even when it evolved, it didn't have that many impressive victories. So now that we've gone over all the Pokemon, let's compare all of their win percentages and see which one of them had the best win percentage. In last place is a two-way tie between Heracross and Donphan with a win percentage of 42.86. Second last is yet another tie between Noctowl and Totodile with a win percentage of 50. Quilava taking the silver medal with a win percentage of 52.94, and Bayleaf at the very top of the list with a win percentage of 54.55%. Again, I know this is probably going to piss off a lot of people that Bayleaf is at the top, but that's just stats. These are the numbers that I'm reading. But again, win percentages are not everything. Now we're going to tally up their stats to give them a battle score and see definitively which of these Pokemon is the best in Ash's team. Just a reminder for those of you that don't know how the battle score works. A win is worth 1 point, a loss is worth minus a point, and an assist and draw is worth half a point. Coming in dead last with a battle score of 0 is Donphan. Second to last is Heracross with a battle score of 0.5. Noctowl almost making it into the podium with a battle score of 1. Totodile takes bronze with a battle score of 1.5. Bayleaf gets silver with a battle score of 3. And Quilava takes the gold medal with a battle score of 3.5. There you go. Are you happy that Bayleaf's not at the top anymore? Quilava is at the top. Again, I imagine these results are going to piss off a lot of Gen 2 lovers, but unfortunately, a lot of them didn't really do that many battles, and it kind of hurt their score in the long run. Although, that may be due to the fact that these Pokemon were constantly being switched out with Ash's Kanto Pokemon as well, and they did a lot of battles in there as well. So, had Ash just strictly used those 6 Pokemon for his Johto journeys, would the score have been a little better, or would he have actually done worse? I'll leave that up to you guys. In any case, I hope you guys enjoyed this analysis video. Again, I apologize to anyone who didn't really like the results all that much because they're not on the same level as the Kanto Pokemon. Again, it's just stats, it's just numbers, and ultimately it was just for fun, so you could just ignore this video if it really pissed you off that badly. Again, I apologize for that, but I don't know what to tell you. It's just stats. These are literally just the numbers that these Pokemon were given. Anyway, that's going to do it for this analysis vid. Let me know in the comments below what other things you want me to analyze. But until then, I am Tom Leo, you've been amazingly fantabulous people, and I am signing off. Thank you guys for watching. I will catch you in the next vid. Peace.